Operation Bagration, the massive Soviet summer offensive, has torn the heart out of German Army Group Center. In just weeks, the Wehrmacht has been pushed back hundreds of miles, from the forests of Belarus to the very threshold of the Polish capital. As the Red Army's spearheads, led by the formidable 2nd Tank Army, lunge toward the Vistula River, the fate of Warsaw and perhaps the entire German defensive line in the east hangs in the balance. By late July, the momentum of the Soviet advance seemed unstoppable. Reconnaissance units of the 1st Belarusian Front had already reached the outskirts of Praga, Warsaw's eastern suburb. The Soviet 3rd Tank Corps, under Major General Nikolai Vedeneev, was the tip of this spear, thrusting northwest through Okuniev and Wołomin. Their objective, the bridges over the Narew River at Serok. If they succeeded, the German 9th Army would be outflanked, and the road to Berlin would lie open across the plains of Poland. However, as the Soviets surged forward, they were outrunning their own supply lines and infantry support, creating a dangerous vulnerability that a master tactician was prepared to exploit. That tactician was Field Marshal Walter Modelâ, recently appointed to stabilize the crumbling front. Known as the Führer's fireman, Modelâ recognized that the Soviet 2nd Tank Army had exposed its flanks. He quickly assembled a powerful mobile reserve, drawing together 4 understrength but veteran panzer divisions: the 4th Panzer, the 19th Panzer, the Fallschirm Panzer Division Hermann Göring, and the 5th SS Panzer Division Viking. This was to be the Battle of Radzymin, the largest tank engagement on Polish soil during the entire war. The German counterattack began on July the 31st. The 19th Panzer and Hermann Göring divisions struck from the west, while the Viking division closed in from the east. The Soviet 3rd Tank Corps, caught in the pocket near Wołomin, found itself isolated and outnumbered. These colorized frames capture the grim reality of the 1944 retreat: exhausted grenadiers, battered Panzer IVs, and the ubiquitous Panther tanks moving through the dust and smoke of the Polish summer. For 3 days, the plains around Radzymin were a cauldron of fire. The Soviet tanks, though numerous, were hammered by the superior long-range gunnery of the German Panthers and Tiger IIs, which were beginning to appear in increasing numbers. By August the 3rd, the Soviet 3rd Tank Corps was effectively destroyed. The encirclement at Okuniev had succeeded, cutting off Vedeneev's forces from the rest of the 2nd Tank Army. Attempts by the Soviet 8th Guards Tank Corps to break through the German ring were repulsed with heavy losses. The German victory at Radzymin was a rare tactical triumph in a year of strategic disasters. It successfully stabilized the front along the Vistula and Narew rivers, providing a vital breathing space for the German 9th Army. Yet the implications of this battle extended far beyond the tactical map. As the smoke cleared over Radzymin, a different tragedy was unfolding just a few miles away. On August the 1st, the Polish Home Army had launched the Warsaw Uprising, expecting the Red Army to continue its drive into the city. But following the defeat of the 3rd Tank Corps, the Soviet offensive ground to a halt. Historians continue to debate whether Stalin deliberately ordered his troops to stop, allowing the Germans to crush the Polish resistance, or if the exhaustion of his forces and the German counterattack at Radzymin made a continued advance impossible. Regardless of the motive, the result was the systematic destruction of Warsaw and the capitulation of the Home Army 2 months later. The footage we see here, painstakingly colorized, serves as a haunting window into the final year of the conflict. It shows a Wehrmacht that was still capable of delivering sharp, lethal blows, even as the walls of the Third Reich were closing in. The Battle of Radzymin proved that while the German army was retreating, it was far from defeated in the field. But tactical victories could not replace lost armies or reverse the tide of history. As the German Army Group Center fell back once more, the road to the final collapse in 1945 was now irrevocably paved. This was the twilight of the panzers, a desperate defense of a lost cause. Thank you for watching The German Lens. If you found this historical analysis insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us as we continue to explore the history of World War II through restored and colorized archives. Until next time.